Hi, everybody. Welcome to Comics Q&A with Matt Price and Kyle Roberts. Kyle, you've got a question for us this week. What is it?
That's right. Okay, there's a movie being made. It comes out this summer from the G.I. Joe toy line. It was huge in the 60s and then again in the 80s, more of the action figures. What was the comic about?
All right, well, the comic debuted in 1982 based on those 3 3/4-inch toys called G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero. And it focused on the exploits of G.I. Joe, sort of an anti-terrorist strike team. And it was written by Larry Hama, who wrote essentially all the original 155 issues, as this comic was a big hit for Marvel Comics at the time. One of the reasons it was a hit is something that you can't do anymore, which was you couldn't at that time advertise toys during certain hours or something like that. So they did advertisements for the comic book instead, knowing that since the comic was based on toys, you'd probably buy the toys. So that was part of why G.I. Joe was such a big hit, but it was also really well written. A lot of thought and care went into it beyond what you might expect from something based on a toy line. You also had some great artists who provided art during different points in the series. Todd McFarlane, the creator of Spawn and the Spider-Man artist, was an artist for one of the issues. Michael Golden, Marshall Rogers from Detective Comics, Herb Trimpe drew several issues. And it ran for about 10 years and with spin-offs and everything. And then it ended in 1994, and then it went away for a few years. Then it came back in 2001. Actually, in September of 2001, came back from Devil's Due Publishing. Josh Blaylock wrote it and followed up on the continuity from the Marvel series. And then that ended in 2008, and just recently, we've talked about, they've released a new series from IDW, which is a reboot. It doesn't reference the previous continuity, but it features the same characters, sort of Duke, Snake Eyes, Shipwreck, Scarlet. These same characters that are going to be in the movie this summer, and Chuck Dixon is writing that reboot.
Sweet. So who all is in the movie? That's what I'm
We have got Ripcord is in the movie, played by Marlon Wayans. You've got Christopher Eccleston playing Destro, the arms dealer. You've got Cobra Commander, who is Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Duke, Scarlet, the Baroness.
Dennis Quaid, right?
Dennis Quaid plays General Hawk, yeah. And then, of course, Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, who are probably a lot of people's favorite characters, both in this movie. Ray Park, the martial artist, who was the Toad in the X-Men movies, will be playing the part of
Star
Snake
Wars
Eyes.
too, right?
Yeah, Darth Maul in Star Wars. So certainly his martial arts should be up to par. They showed a brief spot of this during the Super Bowl, and while the script could go either way, the action looks pretty good. And of course, this was a hugely successful toy line, one of the most successful action figure toy lines of all time, and one of Marvel's most successful books of the 80s. So it does have a strong comic tie-in.
Hopefully the movie will live up to it.
Hopefully so. So, if you're wanting to follow up on the movie, there's a prequel to the movie coming out in comics in March that's also written by Chuck Dixon. And if you want to read those old Marvel issues again, IDW is reprinting those in trade paperbacks with about 10 issues each. So that's your update on the G.I. Joe comics as we head towards the movie this summer. For Kyle Roberts, I am Matt Price, and thanks for watching.